What's going on, y'all? It's Rev, and welcome back to another Dauntless video. Today, we're back on the grind. I'm hot. I'm fresh into a Blaze Patrol. And we're actually fighting Hellion. And I just wanted to quickly do this because I need one Blaze Patrol to upgrade my sword to, let's see, I believe it's +7 on the Hellion sword. And then we're going to go ahead and take on Crossback Pangar, and we got Hellion front and center. It's gonna be a real quick one, so let's get on into it. Give me them legs, Hellion. I'm actually back in my Hellion set right now. 2-piece Hellion, 2-piece Nasher. We're gonna be utilizing the Nasher set into the late game here. And it's going to be very good. If you don't have your Nasher set, chest, gloves, and boots at +7, you're gonna really want that in the future, if you're following along with this guide, that is. Gonna go for the face. Starting to get breaks before it even gets up now. Now that we're at +7 and optimizing a little bit. Going for the tail here. Love that overdrive dash. It's so fun. I miss it. Once you get Avenging Overdrive, you don't really utilize Valiant anymore, and that kind of makes me sad. But yeah, we're just popping off here on this Hellion. Let's see. Just need to get this leg. Cheeky hit. Oh, out of stamina. Out of stand. Happens. Yeah, I just wanted to quickly do this so we can upgrade our weapon and get right back into the main story quest. It's already at 75%. That's good. No real reason other than getting like mastery or something to go back and fight the normal Hellion now that we've fought Scorchstone and we're relatively familiar with the fight. Unless you need it for, you know, the earlier weapons, which we might. Hey, we got a bounty token. Nice. That's a dead Hellion. And yeah, very fast. Just going for some blaze orbs. And we'll see. I just logged in and this was the first thing I did. So this will be a good precursor. So we've gotten our Hellhide, Burned Hide Scale, bounty token, got some bounty stuff done, but none of the mastery cards that we really care about. Mastery's been coming naturally, luckily for us, and a good way to gain mastery is through doing escalation. And so this is my first time logging in. And that was my first hunt. Like I said, I pretty much just queued up and I was just like, I need to do Blaze Patrols. Grab my daily login core. And I pop open whatever I have. I have 2 cores currently. Got another patrol chest on deck. And we also got a silver offense core. And I don't like the looks of any of those. See if the middleman is done doing whatever I have it doing. 3D construction. That was just a random re-roll, I believe. Is there anything? I'm looking for maybe some technique cells at this point. Two savagery doesn't look too bad to me. We can do 2 of these. We'll do this molten. I'm gonna actually speed it up. I'm gonna speed that up. And then I am going to probably do this. I lose out on what my my molten currently is at, but I have the ability to get my 2 pieces of gear to +4 now, and +4 you want at least, I believe it's 4 molten to have indefinite orbs, where you're gonna have like well, you'll always be able to maintain the buff. And let's see, we should have gotten our blaze orbs. Let's go. I was just looking at what the armor required because I do want to upgrade that once we get a chance, but right now we're focused and we're equipping our Hellion Saber. We're gonna socket that because we just put it on overpower. We're looking at way too much overpower right now. We have one extra power socket that we can put. Let's see, what do we have available? Maybe I'll do sharpened for frostback if that is an option. Let's get in the gear that we're going to be using though. So use whichever gear you have. Frostback Pangar is a frost behemoth, and I'm gonna probably just use the Drask helmet depending on where my power sockets are currently located. I am going to get out of this. We'll just throw on some of this. I'm not sure if frostback is going to hit very hard, but we have 6 tough with this set. Nice. It's really good. I am impressed. I am impressed. I am going to, I'll just keep 7 overpower. Right now my weapon's a little weird. I would rather have overkill than like +5 is better than, or I'm sorry, +7 is better than +5 because I'm just at that phase where it's kind of awkward. Because my Hellion sword is not +10, and that will make it +3 overpower, and I also have a +3 overpower cell. Now I'm gonna make this Rage Hunter a +6, and I'm gonna see if I have like sharpened maybe. I have +1 sharpened. That doesn't really do much, but it's 5% part damage, so getting a couple extra parts there. 6 tough, 6 Rage Hunter, 6 overpower. I'm liking this, and the reason for this armor is we don't have any negatives towards frost behemoths, and we also have our fire weapon. You know, fire is strong against ice. We're good, and we have our trusty Shrike Lantern. Just because we haven't really done any of these side quests for getting the Koshai Lantern, the Drask Lantern, and the Pangar Lantern, I would typically be running the Drask Lantern or something of the sort, you know, Embermane Lantern, something like that. And the reason I'm not is I'm really enjoying the Shrike Lantern, but I'm also I'm waiting for the right moment. We're gonna in a different episode we'll be going through and just kind of clearing up everything. Luckily this the new game mode Escalation is really good at clearing up quests. At least we're gonna find out if they are. Theoretically they are good at clearing up quests, but I'm gonna find out if you actually get quest progress when in Escalation. Maybe someone in the comments would sound off if they've done quests or completed quests via Escalation. That'd be pretty interesting. I would be interested to know. So we need to kill Frostback twice. It's gonna be a pretty standard affair, I believe, and because Frostback Pangar doesn't really I mean, we fought a lot of Pangar, we fought a lot of Hellion. The strategy is still the same, but the big difference is like the HP pool and the damage, and I believe some of the attacks get modified, but I'm not 100% sure, so we're gonna find out once we get into the fight. And we are on the prowl for this Frostback. Oh, never mind. It is front and center. We are good to go. Now, the interrupt attack comes out sometimes early. It's not all the time. I think it's based on range that you're engaging. Okay, this is it. Oh, I missed. Might try and get it again. There we go. I'll trade for that. Yeah, that move typically is like one of Pangar's heavier hitting attacks, but it didn't deal that much damage with, at least with tough 6. But I am using you'll at least have tough 4 here, so no, it's not too bad. We have bulwarks, we have our frenzies and stamina tonics. Got that easy KO. I feel like Frostback, because it does have more HP, going for the early knockout is pretty wise. if you're a war pike, you could be going for the legs. If you're playing in a party, you can I'm gonna actually pop a stamina tonic here because I don't have any conditioning. I got spoiled by having the conditioning from the Boreas weapons. And I'm not committing to too many attacks because when I do get that you know, that scratch that Pangar does from being behind the leg. Roll this in range. Nice. It's a pretty standard Pangar fight, but when it does that scratch attack, I want to avoid getting overcommitted to my attacks. But being on the flank of Pangar is where you want to be. It just went Aether form, but I'm going to break the leg before it does anything. And when it goes Aether form is when the big scary attacks start coming out. It does that Frost Breath that I mentioned in a previous video. We'll see if we can get that attack. We're fine. Thought I was gonna get hit there. Oh, it's de-enraging. Gonna take my moment to grab this leg. Easy peasy. Let's go for a KO and break the face. And all that's left are the stubby T-Rex arms. This is a Frost Breath. Now this can be scary because you can get comboed. See, I just lost a lot of my health. If you mash the roll button, you'll be able to get out of the frozen state faster. If you find that it's rather difficult or you keep getting frozen quite a bit, you can... Dang. Didn't manage to get the kill. But if you are getting frozen quite a bit, you can bring, I believe it's called Warmth. Warmth will is a defense cell, and it prevents or diminishes the severity of the debuff frozen, so we'll be able to break out a little bit easier. Luckily Pangar didn't go very far, and so we're back in the action. That's one thing I really like about Dauntless, is like similar to Monster Hunter, when something runs, you know, if you don't kill it outright, it's like a whole nother trek. And don't get me wrong, I love Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is what got me into Dauntless. But I just like how fast the action comes. Kind of stuck under Pangar, and I don't want to be. I'm trying to get out, and we did. Ow. My stamina tonic did run out, so I'm out of stamina there. Getting a little low. Gonna heal up. This keeps kind of trying to stomp me. I'm not really committing to any, you know, grand attacks. I'm not trying to always complete my combo. I'm just waiting, you know. I'll roll the stomp once I see it. And that's a dead Frostback. One more to go for this portion of the quest, and then we have some shock patrols, and we'll be on to Karabac, and then I believe it's heroic hunts, which is really cool. So let's just get right back in to the next Frostback hunt. And we are back. Let's see if we can get 2 front and center Pangars. I will be a super happy boy. Oh my good golly. Luck has smiled upon me. Let's see if we can get the interruptible attack as the first attack this time. Nope, I think I'm a little too far out still. These behemoths definitely have behaviors, right? And as you keep fighting them, you'll start noticing them and taking note on how you can manipulate the behemoth to fight for you. This is at least in solo play, and that's why it does appear that, you know, the fights are easier, right? Like it only has one target, and this is why playing in a party gets so hectic at most times. I'm gonna preemptively pop my stamina tonic because I know I'm pretty soon I'm not gonna be able to roll. But you can kind of force the behemoths to fight on your own terms. Notice how the past couple attacks really haven't been threatening. And they've all been stomps or tackle attacks. You know, here we go again with the stomp. Broke the leg already. I'm just playing my game, right? I'm going in on my game plan. And, you know, the behemoths have sides that are a little bit weaker than others, right? That's why Pangar, you know, Pangar used to not have legs that would make it topple over, but, you know, once they made that change to Pangar, Pangar got very easy. Or the Hellion and Pangar, I guess, family got significantly easier. So if you can exploit that weakness, it's easy hunts. And just by knowing that, you're already better than, you know, a majority of the player base, right? You have a game plan and you're focused, and you know, you're not really needing to do anything differently. You just have a piece of knowledge that is helping. Breaking that face. We'll go for the leg now. It's a shame because personally for me, like, I don't really find Pangar or I mean, Scorchstone is definitely difficult, but Pangar and specifically I don't find very difficult. Once you figure out, hey, just go for the legs, and you get a little bit better at dodging. You can dodge a lot of its attacks, whether you're in a party or solo, and you just go for the legs and then it dies immediately. And it's just a shame for me personally, because I really enjoy Pangar's fight, and it used to be one that would pose a significant threat, and taking down Pangar for the first time felt really good. And I don't know if people still feel that, but again, my first Pangar kill was over 2 years ago. But that's just a, you know, little rant. Anyway, we've killed 2 Pangars. Let's talk about, you know, this is something I don't really do very often because I try to make other armor sets that are worth crafting stand out. But crafting armor is important for mastery, and so we'll go ahead and do it, and we'll talk about the armor while we talk about it. The helmet is probably the most notable piece because Knockout King isn't 100% awful, and it has a power socket, which makes it you know, usable. And there have been cases where I actually have worn this in, like, say, trials, just to try it out and test it out, and the results weren't awful. They weren't the best, but they were also not awful. If you're looking for warmth, Pangar's boots offer it. So these are good options if you're having trouble with Pangar, or let's say Winterhorn Scrave. You have a defense socket to add additional warmth, and eventually it's going to get up to +3 warmth. So this could be a provider of just +6 warmth right out the gate. So much like how we went with the Embermane gloves for the fireproof is good for Hellion, the Pangar boots are also very good for fighting. Oh, I probably shouldn't have upgraded as much as I have, but we've crafted the full set, so we'll actually get a full a little bit of mastery there. We've crafted the full Shrike there. We have a couple of Scrape Feathers that we'll see if we can snag a little bit of mastery from that for crafting the full set. We can't do anything with Nazaga. Can't do anything with Karabac. We have a lot going on over here. Oh, we can maybe do Koshai. It looks like we could do the full Koshai set. We're going to start with boots because that is definitely Koshai's most usable piece. Ooh, so close. So close, which is a shame. As far as Riftstalker goes, if we get more of this Rifthide, it looks like, yeah, Rifthide, we can do like the full set, which will be nice. So next time we fight Riftstalker, we'll just go for a lot of breaks. But let's see what our mastery is looking like for Behemoth. Mastery, we didn't really get anything, it seems. We're close to 16, which is a gold defense core. Or sorry, we are 15, close to 16, I believe that's how it's read. Let's see. We just fought Hellion. Oh, we're close to an experience box. That's cool. All right, next up will be we'll do a shock patrol. We'll kick it off with the shock patrol next time. And we'll also is there anything else I want to go over? Have we done anything else? We just need Razor Wing. Seems that way. But that's where I'm gonna conclude this episode. I believe we have Razor Wing Carabac, and then we are done. So get your shock weapons ready. Shock weapons, and I mean, we're just gonna not bring shock armor. That's about it. We could probably wear this same set, but with the Hellion mask. And that's the real power behind the Natcher set. It has no negative effects, and so you can just take it, and it has good cell sockets, and it has good defensive sockets, and you can make really good use of this set throughout the entirety of the game. So it's definitely worth having if you haven't crafted it thus far. If I haven't sold you on it yet, it's super good. So that's gonna do it for this video, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know the video is a kind of more of a straightforward video, right? We fought a lot of Hellion, we fought a lot of Pangar. I'm ready. I'm just kind of rushing it because I'm ready to get you guys into the heroic stuff. I think that these behemoths are we fought them enough that we know how to take them out pretty easily, right? Scorchstone Hellion was definitely the main one to focus on, with a little bit of mentioning of Razorwing Carabac, because Carabac does have a lot of different attacks that do affect the fight more so than the normal Carabac. So we'll talk about that, and I just kind of wanted to rush through Pangar because yeah, we've kind of beaten this behemoth archetype into the ground. So hopefully you guys understand. If you guys have any questions about Hellion or Pangar, be sure to ask them in the comments. And that about does it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you want to support the channel, subscribe to the channel and use creator code RevvyRad in the Dauntless in-game store or the Epic Games store. I stream on Twitch. You can hit me up on there if you have any questions. If you want to catch the shenanigans live, that'll be in the description down below. Other than that, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you on the Shattered Isles.